What's up, you guys? Kevin Buddy over here. Welcome back to Video File Freak, and today we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. You guys know this projector right here, the Optoma PT100. This is a Roku 4K. Alright, probably you guys know where I'm going with this. We are going to hook up this Roku to this projector. But if you actually look, if I can focus it actually has HDMI. This projector does not have HDMI. So, how am I going to do this? Well, it's quite simple and easy. Well, here's the only thing that could accept. Well, it could accept component, but you know, we got our old buddy over here. This guy can focus it. Hold on. We got our old buddy over here, the VGA port or the VGA cable. But here is something different about this VGA cable. On the other end, we got a VGA to HDMI. So there is this HDMI converter that I have. So that's an HDMI. Then you convert this to VGA. So you can actually take this VGA cord and plug it in. Ooh, shit. Hold on. There we go. And then plug it in. So now one end is VGA and the other end is HDMI. Ooh, very, very fancy. So this is what's going to happen. So I'm going to plug the HDMI part. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. There we go. Oh, no. There we go. So we're going to plug the HDMI part into the VGA. So now we got the Roku plugged into the HDMI to VGA converter. And then we are going to... Sorry, guys. If you guys want to know what I'm laughing about... Let me focus this. Watch this. I'm not editing that out. That's staying in there. So technically, I just convert the VGA to HDMI, or HDMI to VGA. So the VGA cord, VGA to HDMI, plug the HDMI part into the Roku, and then this will be connected into the PT100. Now, we all know how VGA works. VGA only works with only video. So the only bad part about this setup is that it's not gonna bring audio. We all know that this guy has a speaker built in, but it will not. VGA does not have an audio output. So that's where the Roku app come into play. So with the Roku app, what you have to do is you have to put in the headphone mode, which is really, really easy. Just look it up on the internet and you guys can know how to do it. But you hook up your headphones into your phone, then you enable headphone mode on your app, and then you have sound. So yeah, I mean, you can actually use, well, we haven't even tested it out yet, but you can actually use your Roku for the PT100. But like I said, the only way that you're going to get sound is by enabling the headphone mode into the Roku app. So, yeah. So we all know that VGA can only carry video. So we kind of figure out the video part, and we kind of figure out the audio part. So this is just going to be the visual, and then your phone could do the audio. Really, really neat. So I'm just going to unbox this. And then in the next clip, we're going to hook everything up and see if this actually works. And if it actually works, I'll be very, very impressed of myself. Does this have enough battery? Yes, it does. So I'm going to go to the next clip. I'm going to set all this up, turn it on, and then see what happens. Hopefully this works. Cross cross your fingers about this, but yeah, that's technically it. Alright guys, I will see you guys on the next clip when I got all this set up. Alright you guys, I got it all set up, so I'm going to show you guys right now. That's the only thing that's coming out of the Optoma PT100, the VGA for the VGA, the HDMI, and the power. Again, VGA does not, it doesn't have audio built into it. It's sending an audio signal, so speaker doesn't really matter. Got the power. Got the Roku hooked up to it. So there we go. This is the setup. That's what it looks like. Make sure that's plugged in all the way. Yep. So there you go. That's what the setup looks like. Very simple, huh? Alright guys, so I'm going to turn the PT100 around and focus it. And see if the PT100 could be used as a, not primary projector. I mean, you don't want to use this as your true projector. I mean, that's 854 by 480. It's not a bad resolution. It's enhanced definition resolution. It's not that bad, but I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't use this, but anyway. So let's turn it on and see what happens. Let's see if this works. Fingers crossed. Well, I know that the projector will work. Let's see if the projector will take the signal. Okay, it's on. Nothing's really happening here. Got no picture. So, let's see. Let's see what the problem is. Okay. Turn it on again. We're supposed to have a blue screen. Duh. Oh. Okay, so we had something. We had something in the deal, but now it's not taking any signal here. We got nothing coming out of the projector lens. This projector's not broken, I know that. But the fan is ramping up. But we got no projection. Alright, turn this off. Uh-oh. There we go. Whew, that kind of freaked me out a little bit. Let me see if I unhook the VGA. Oh, probably the VGA is not in there all the way. Alright, let's turn on the projector again. Yeah. So, we do have projection. As you can tell. Let's focus it. So we do have projection. Composite, and VGA. Alright, let's see if we can plug this baby in here. And see what will happen. I don't want to touch the lens. Okay, so nothing's happening. VGA. VGA PC. That's what the screen is telling me. So that's what it's telling me. PC VGA component video source not found. Well, probably this ain't gonna work. Hold on. Grab the remote and see what happens. Nah. Nope. Doesn't look like nothing's happening. And it's in there all the way. So, alright. So my little, a little bit more focused. So I guess my little experiment doesn't work, which is fine. If I turn it off and turn it back on, yeah, it was acting weird. It wouldn't turn off when I was pressing the power button. Alright, let's see again. VGA PC. Yep, nothing happened. Or, nope. Alright guys, well this is a failed experiment apparently. Because if I turn off the lights, right, and then I shine it onto the projected image. There you go. PC VGA component source not found. Because if I go here, go to component, or composite, sorry. Of course, it's not going to show up anything because I've not got nothing in the composite input. See? Composite source not found. Put on the VGA. And it should say the same thing. Ooh, mama. Yeah. So, plugging the Roku into the VGA input via VGA to HDMI, the projector's like, no, it's not going to work. Because right now, we got the blue screen. And my cat. Let me turn off my LEDs over here so you guys can see it a little bit better. Oops, nope. There we go. So, yeah, seemed like you cannot connect a VGA HDMI converter. Oh man, that sucks. Alright guys, well it seemed like that was just a little bit of an experiment. I mean, you know, I can't, you know, it's not that bad of an experiment, but yeah, that's kind of a bummer. So if you actually have a Optoma PT100 and you want to use your Roku connected to it, should I say that it is not going to work, and it's going to show this error message. It's not really an error message, it's just telling you that the source is not found. And PC VGA component video. And I think I know the reason why it's showing this, and it's not showing no signal. Well, okay, there we go, yeah. I think I know the reason why it's not showing any signal. Because the VGA input on the Optoma PT100 could only go up to 1024 by 768 resolution. And that's a weird resolution for the Roku to throw out there. So, I mean, you can connect anything else into it. Like if I connect my PlayStation 3, I bet you it'll work. Actually, do you know what? Let's test that out. Hold on a sec. Alright, so it seems like I got my PlayStation 3 hooked up to it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the PlayStation 3. But first, let me see if this is in focus. Should be still. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect. like straight on and focused. So I got my PlayStation hooked up to it. All I gotta do is just turn it on and see if it works. And if it doesn't, then I don't know what to tell myself. Then the VGA to HDMI converter does not work with this projector. So let me turn on my, fingers crossed, let's see what happens. Yeah, that don't work either. Let me turn it off and turn it back on and see if a signal will pop up. Woo! It's dark. Oh god. This projector doesn't even have a standby light. I totally forgot it doesn't. Ah, found it. VGA, PC, and no. Nope. Well, there you go, you guys. That is quite of a bummer that you cannot use a HDMI to VGA converter on this specific projector. Kind of sucks, but you know, it's a good experiment. But you can use that VGA to connect to a PC, of course. PC, VGA. If you have a VGA component cable, then like it says down here, you can use that specific cable. PC or component video, so you can use that exact cable, but VGA to HDMI, yeah, that's kind of a no-go. So, there you go, you guys. Kind of a bummer. Again. I'm gonna keep saying that. It's kind of a bummer, but at the end of the day, this is just a, experiment. Just a little bit of an experiment. I mean, I'm not pissed off about it. I mean, you know, I got my main Optoma up here. Look at that. I'm buying Optoma products. Optoma H181X and the Optoma PT100. This is my first Optoma. And then I bought that one. But anyway, yeah, apparently it doesn't work. And the PlayStation's on, as you guys can see by the green light. So, yeah, it doesn't work. But at the end of the day, it's an okay experiment. I'm not too pissed off about it. I shouldn't be pissed off because, again, the mode on here is 1024 by 768 through VGA, and most of everything is all high def. So, yeah, it doesn't work. So, it just comes up with this blue screen with that error message or that indicator on the side. So, good little experiment. Not mad about it, but at the same time, what do you guys expect? Alright guys, so the title of the video is going to be, can you hook up an HDMI to VGA to the Optoma PT100? The answer is that no. No. This thing should have a higher VGA resolution, like you take in higher VGA resolution. It should have took 720p, but this thing is just cheap, you know. It's just cheap. It's just a cheap projector. It's made for playing around with the OEM connectors, not, you know, this type of crap. But other than that, there you go. That's the experiment. So HDMI to VGA to Optoma PT100. Does it work? That's the title that's going to be on this video. So, nope. Apparently, it does not work. Alright, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video. Please leave a like. Please subscribe. And the next video, I'm going to turn the focus on, because I have not turned this thing on in months. And I'm going to tell you guys my intake on it, because I haven't really done a true review. So, I'm going to do that on the next video, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, yep. What a pointless little experiment. But at the end of the day, you got to play around with things like this. Alright guys, see you guys on the next video.